Okay, today we're going to show you how to cook the perfect steak on a lifestyle barbecue. I like to actually buy fillet as a whole fillet. Use your favourite butcher, and it's very simple. Most of the sinew and everything is normally almost taken off for you. You can actually trim it up a little bit if necessary and get all the little pieces of sinew off. There's a lot of good reasons for this. It actually works out cheaper if you buy it like this, and you can also work out, if you like a thick steak, you can cut it thick. If you like a thin steak, you can cut it thin. So we're just going to do these around about 3 centimetres thick. You can always use the offcuts for stir fries. Just place them in a bowl or on a baking tray. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and just massage the oil into the steaks. The other important point is that always bring your meat to room temperature, especially if you're going to cook the steak rare or medium rare. You don't want the inside to be cold. And next thing you want to do is preferably some flaky sea salt. Just lightly salt your beef, both sides. Some freshly ground pepper, both sides, and that's it, ready for cooking. The perfect steak. Well, as we just showed you, extra virgin olive oil, sea salt and pepper. Then it's ready to cook on your barbecue, high heat grill, high heat hot plate. Place the steaks on the hot plate. Now all you want to do here is just get a tiny little bit of colour on the bottom of the steaks, just to seal the steak in, then move it directly straight across to your char grill. Because you've already put oil on here, there's no real need to oil your hot plate. Now what we're going to do here is with 5 different types of steaks: rare, medium, medium to well done, and well done. The way that you can test for this does take a lot of practice, but if you press your finger there, that will be rare, that will be medium rare, that will be medium to well done, and that will be well done. So you touch your finger, touch the steak, touch your finger, touch the steak, and with practice you'll work out exactly how your steak should be done. Okay, so the first one that we put on at the back here can now be turned. So straight back over onto the hot plate, only for about 10 seconds just to seal it. That's plenty. And then back on, and always put it in a different spot, because where you've just taken the steak from is a little bit colder than where you're going to put the steak. So now if we test the steak, we press there, which is very soft, press the steak. You can see it's soft, so that really only needs to get a little bit of colour. Only ever turn your steaks over once, only ever once. You can move it around a little bit like so to get the char grill effect pattern, but don't ever turn your steaks any more than once. And for God's sake, don't prod the steak. You want to keep all that moisture in the meat. Now our rare steak is done now. Another very important part is to rest your meat. So if you've cooked it for 5 minutes, you really need to let it rest for 2.5 minutes so that all those juices flow back into the meat. Just loosely cover your steak with meat, not real tight, because otherwise the steam won't be able to escape, but it will still stay warm. Now it's time to turn our medium rare steak. So over onto the hot plate, just for a few seconds, just to seal it, and back onto the grill. Looking at our medium rare now, index finger, that's about right. Over onto your platter, let it rest. Okay, time for our medium steak. Let's turn it over onto the hot plate for a few seconds. Once again, just to seal the bottom of it, so you're losing as least amount of moisture as possible. Back onto the char grill. good thing about an Australian-made lifestyle barbecue is that these barbecues do get very hot. The flare caps all underneath help distribute the heat evenly, and you get more than enough powder. You could put 20 odd steaks on here and you've still got the heat, whereas other barbecues you're just not going to get that. Now our medium steak is almost done now, so once again we use the next finger, and that's medium, so you feel your hand there, feel that, that's about medium. Take that off, needs to rest just lightly under the foil. Next we have our medium to well done, so we turn that over onto the hot plate once again, just to quickly seal it back onto the char grill. Now the other thing you might have noticed as I've been cooking these steaks is that the meat is not sticking to the stainless steel. Now it won't stick to a lifestyle stainless steel barbecue, however it will with cheaper imported stainless steel. Now this one is our medium to well done, so once again, fingers like that, medium to well, medium to well. Resting underneath the foil. Now the last is the well done. So we need to turn that onto the hot plate, seal it, and once again you'll notice that it just doesn't stick straight on to the char grill. The other advantage of the flare cap system with the lifestyle barbecues is that all the juices that are dripping from there are hitting the flare caps and penetrating back up into the meat, so you get that real Australian barbecue flavour. Okay, our well done steak looks to be well done, like so. Feel there, feel your steak. That's about well done. You're not going to get any more out of that. As you can see, nothing sticks to these electro-polished plates. The absolute ideal grade of stainless steel for cooking. I'm going to put that in there and let it rest. Okay, our steaks have rested now. So take the foil off. Here's our rare steak. Now when you're cutting them, especially if you're going to cut them and put them in a warm salad, always cut against the grain. So there we have our rare steak, our medium rare steak, our medium steak, our medium to well done, and finally our well done steak, which should be barred. And there we have the whole array of steaks.